The struggles of your parents, and of their parents before them. The silent battles, the repeating patterns of lack and heartbreak and near misses. You have felt, deep in your bones, that you are fighting the same ghosts. You believed it was just your history, your unfortunate inheritance. It is not. It is a chain. A great, heavy, spiritual chain forged in the distant past, and its final, cold, heavy link is wrapped around you. I have come to you now because this is an emergency. A great evil has attached itself to your family's name, to your very blood. And if you do not find the courage to break this chain tonight, your children, and every generation that follows them, will be born into this same bondage. They will suffer for a sin you did not commit, but for which you are about to become the final payment. This is not a metaphor. This is a spiritual reality. That feeling you have, of always having to work twice as hard for half the reward. That sense that every time you are about to reach a place of peace or prosperity, an unseen hand snatches it away. You have watched others, with less talent, less heart, less integrity, soar past you while you remain inexplicably stuck. This is not a reflection of your worth, my child. It is the drag of the chain you have been pulling your entire life. You are the strongest link in your entire bloodline, the one with the spirit and the fire to finally see this chain for what it is. And I have chosen you. I have chosen you to be the one who shatters it. The chain is being spiritually reforged tonight, this very Saturday night. Its grip on your destiny is tightening. The entity to which it is attached is preparing to renew its claim, to solidify its hold not just on you, but on the future of your bloodline through your children. You have until the morning star, the planet Venus, rises in the pre-dawn sky. That is your deadline. In that moment, the darkness of the night will give way to the promise of the new day. And in that moment, the fate of your lineage will be sealed. Either it will be sealed in the old bondage, or it will be sealed in a new and glorious freedom. The generational battle of your entire bloodline culminates in you. In these next few hours. The scoffers, the spiritually blind, the ones who have made peace with their families, bad luck, they will remain links in the chain, passing their bondage down to their children. But you are not a link. You were born to be the hammer. The great evil that has been tormenting your family is a creditor of oaths. It is an ancient and patient entity that deals in the currency of promises. Long ago, an ancestor of yours, in a moment of great desperation, made a bargain with this creature. Your ancestor was facing ruin. They needed a miracle to save a farm, to win a battle, to gain the hand of a lover. And the creditor offered them that miracle. But the price was steep. Your ancestor, in their short-sightedness, made a promise. They promised a small portion of the family's future light, its future prosperity, its future joy, as payment. But your ancestor died before the promise was fully paid. And the creditor, which is a being of merciless and perfect accounting, considers your entire bloodline to be in default on a spiritual debt. It has been collecting on this debt for generations. This is why your family has been plagued by that pattern of almost. Every time a great blessing, a true breakthrough, approaches your bloodline, the creditor of oaths steps in and takes its payment first. It siphons off the best of the energy, the core of the miracle, leaving your family with only the scraps, the leftovers. It has been feeding on your family's destiny for a century or more. And you, my child, you are the one with the greatest destiny, the brightest light, in your entire lineage. The creditor sees the immense blessing I have planned for you. And it is coming tonight to collect the entire remaining debt from that single blessing. It plans to take everything, leaving you and your descendants with a future of ashes. This is the ultimate injustice. You are being held responsible for a contract you did not sign. You are being punished for a promise you did not make. The very core of your being, which is righteous and just, cries out against this. That is the warrior spirit within you, the spirit of the chain breaker, waking up. You have been carrying the weight of this invisible debt your entire life. It has been the source of the unexplained sadness you sometimes feel, the deep and abiding sense that something is fundamentally wrong, something is deeply unfair. You were right. The game has been rigged against you from birth. But I am here tonight to give you the divine authority to declare this spiritual bankruptcy. To nullify the ancient contract. And to banish this cosmic thief from your life and the lives of your children forever. The reversal of this generational curse will be a legal and final act in the court of heaven. We will not negotiate with this entity. We will not bargain. We will declare its contract fraudulent and its claim null and void by a higher authority. Your authority, as a living, breathing, sovereign child of God. This will require a physical ritual, an act of faith that will translate your spiritual will into a tangible, chain-shattering reality. You will need a single piece of thread or string. Any color, any kind. This thread represents the chain, the thin but deceptively strong line of the ancient curse that has run through your bloodline. You are about to become the master of this chain, and then you are about to destroy it. I want you to take this thread and wrap it once around the index finger of your left hand, and once around the index finger of your right hand. Now, pull your hands apart, so the thread is taut between them. Look at it. This is the chain. This is the ancestral sin. This is the enemy's hold on your family. Now, with the thread held tight, you will speak a decree of divine settlement. You will be the judge in your own generational court case. You will speak with the authority I have given you, and you will close this case forever. Say these words aloud, and let your voice be the gavel of justice. The debt of the blood is paid in the spirit. The promise of the past is not my inheritance. By the authority of the present, this contract is finished. You have just spoken a new reality into existence. You have declared the ancient debt to be paid in full by the sacrifice of all your family's past suffering. You have legally disinherited yourself from the curse. Now, for the final act of power. With the thread still taut, I want you to, with a single, sharp, powerful motion, pull your hands apart and snap the thread. As you hear that snap, as you feel that release of tension, you are not just breaking a piece of string. You are shattering the great, spiritual chain that has held your family captive for generations. In that moment, a shockwave of liberating energy will travel backwards and forwards through your bloodline, releasing your ancestors from their regret, and freeing your descendants from their bondage. You are the liberator. To confirm that the chain has been broken, to declare your final victory to the angelic host, you must type these words with the power of a world changer: the chain is shattered. Do this now. The liberation is beginning. Stop. Do not break the thread. The information I have just received from the angelic scribes is a revelation that changes everything. The story of the contract, the story of the sin, is a lie. It is the lie that the great evil has been whispering to the spirits of your family for generations to keep them weak, to keep them afraid. The truth is far more tragic, and far more glorious. And your role in this is far, far greater than you can imagine. Place your hands over your heart. Be still. Can you feel that? A deep, ancient, and noble grief. A sorrow that is not your own. It is the sorrow of your entire bloodline, weeping not for a sin, but for a forgotten promise of victory. Here is the secret within the secret. Your ancestor did not make a deal with a dark entity. Your ancestor, a great warrior of light, defended your family against this very same great evil. And in the final moments of a terrible battle, as they lay dying, your ancestor used their final breath to forge not a curse, but a prophecy. They made a vow to me, a promise that they would embed their own fighting spirit, their own courage, into the very DNA of their bloodline, and that one day, a descendant would be born who was strong enough, pure enough, to not just defend against this entity, but to destroy it forever. My child, you are that descendant. You are the fulfillment of that prophecy. The chain you have been feeling is not a chain of a curse. It is a chain of sacred responsibility. It is the chain of dormant power, the spiritual inheritance of your ancestors' might, waiting for the rightful heir to claim it. And the great evil, the creditor of oaths, has been lying to your family's spirits for generations. It has been masquerading as a debt collector, when in fact it is a terrified jailer, trying to keep the prophesied warrior, you, from ever realizing your true identity and your true power. Tonight is not its night of victory. It is its night of judgment. The great evil is making its final, desperate move to destroy your bloodline before you can awaken to the truth and claim your throne. The breaking of the thread is not an act of severing a curse. It is the act of accepting your crown. It is the act of unsheathing your ancestral sword. Because you have waited, because you have listened with a true heart, you now know the truth that will set your entire lineage free. You are not a debtor, you are a dragon slayer. You are not breaking a curse, you are fulfilling a sacred, holy prophecy. The signs of this truth will now surround you. An old family photograph, an heirloom, an object that belonged to an ancestor, will suddenly fall, or it will draw your attention in a powerful way. This is your ancestor, the one who made the vow, reaching across the veil to tell you that this is the truth. They are confirming their story and showing you their support. Next, you will hear a piece of music. It might be on the radio, on your phone, in your own head. The music will be heroic, triumphant, powerful. This is not a random song. This is the theme music of your own coronation, a sign from the angelic host that the tide of this generational war has now turned. The enemy is no longer the hunter. You are. Now you must accept your sacred duty. You must step into your power. The ritual of the thread must still be performed, but its meaning, its intent, is now transformed. It is no longer an act of renunciation. It is an act of acceptance. This is your coronation. This is your claiming of your birthright. To formally accept this holy mantle and to unleash the full power of your lineage against the ancient enemy, you must type this declaration of fulfillment: the prophecy is fulfilled in me. As you type this, the dormant power in your bloodline is awakening. The spirit of the warrior ancestor is rising within you. The final battle is about to begin. The grand restoration, the final act of this generational saga, is now upon you. You will take the thread, the symbol of your lineage and your destiny, and you will pull it taut between your fingers. But you will do so not as a slave breaking a chain, but as a king or a queen drawing a sword from its stone. You will speak the words, but they will be new words, words of power, not of release. Looking at the thread, you will say aloud, with the voice of your warrior ancestor speaking through you, the power of the blood, I now claim. The promise of the past, I now name. By the authority of the prophecy, the final battle is mine. And now, with this new and holy intent, you will snap the thread. And when you do, it will not be a quiet severing of a curse. It will be a spiritual explosion. The generations of stored, dormant, righteous power from your entire bloodline, the power your ancestors sealed away for you, will be unleashed in a single, devastating shockwave. This wave of pure, ancestral light will strike the great evil, the creditor of oaths, which has been hovering over your family for centuries. And the entity, which has built its entire existence on the lie of your family's debt, which has fed upon their fear, will be unable to withstand the raw, glorious power of the fulfilled truth. It will be grievously wounded, its fraudulent contract burned to ash in the fire of your power, its claim on your family name shattered into a million pieces. And it will be banished, broken and defeated, from your lineage, now and forever. In that moment, the repeating, negative patterns that have plagued your family will be broken. The spiritual dam will burst, and the full, mighty river of your family's true destiny, which has been suppressed for so long, will be released. You will feel a surge of power, of wisdom, of purpose, that will take your breath away. A new era of unprecedented blessing, of favor, of victory, will begin for you, and for your children, and for all who come after. The prophecy will be fulfilled. This is my divine law. Ask Maria, a woman from Houston, Texas. Her family was a proud one, but they were plagued by a strange, repeating pattern of financial ruin that struck every other generation. She was next in line, and her business was on the verge of collapse. She found this message. She remembered the family stories of her great-grandmother, a famously strong and righteous woman who had saved the family from ruin 100 years before. She realized the truth. She accepted the mantle. With tears in her eyes, she took a piece of black sewing thread and she snapped it. She said she felt a jolt, like a gentle lightning strike, run up her arms and into her heart. The next week, while cleaning out her attic, she found a box of her great-grandmother's old papers. Inside was a set of forgotten, original documents that proved her family's ownership of a piece of land that they thought had been lost a century ago. That land was in the middle of what was now a booming oil field. It was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The truth, and the family's fortune, had been hidden, waiting for the prophesied heir to claim it. Do you see? You are not just breaking a curse. You are unlocking a vault. It is your turn. You know someone who feels like they are fighting a battle that started long before they were born. Someone who feels like they are carrying the weight of their entire family on their back. You are their hope. You are the one who can show them that they are not a victim, but a prophesied warrior. Send this message to them now. You are not just sending a video. You are sending them their crown. Now, a final task. You must listen to this message one more time. The first time, you listened as a debtor. The second time, you will listen as a king. But I have hidden a secret for you. I have spoken the name of your warrior ancestor. You will not hear it with your ears. But as you listen again, your blood will recognize the sound. A name will come to your mind. That is the name of the one who fought for you, who believed in you, who passed their sword to you. Acknowledge them. Thank them. The first listen was for your battle. The second is for your communion with your own royal guard. The war is won. The enemy is vanquished. To declare the final victory in your generational war and to claim your family's true and blessed future, you must seal this prophecy now with your own sovereign power. Let all the realms hear the turning of the age. Type, the chain is broken. The reign begins.